Just in time for Christmas, I'm reviewing yet another holiday-themed game. Daze Before Christmas. Har har! Now this game was released in Germany and Australia, but not the US. Why? Who knows? But all I can say is thank goodness we didn't get this game in the US, because playing it is like getting smacked in the face with a Christmas stocking full of shit. Okay, maybe it's not that bad. Still, playing this piece of twat relish ain't exactly gonna raise my Christmas spirit. So anyway, let's get into it. Daze Before Christmas for the Super Nintendo. I have to say that I do like the graphics in the game. They have a nice Christmassy feel about them, at least in most cases. And Santa Claus looks pretty good, although I don't know how you could fuck up his design. However, the roster of enemies leaves something to be desired. Snowmen, rats, penguins, jack-in-the-boxes. What the fuck? Why are all these things trying to attack Santa? What's next? Homicidal candy canes? Also, Santa's main attack is a little bit creepy looking. He launches frost from his crotch. Oh, and he can also occasionally launch fire too, like he's got some kind of STD or something. Yeah, that looks really classy. As for the controls, they're not that great. The big reason for this is because they're too damn slippery. Also, Santa moves pretty fast for a fucking fat man. I think they could have tightened the controls a little bit and made him move a little slower. The basic control scheme is pretty easy though. The directional pad moves Santa up, down, left, and right. B allows you to jump and Y allows you to attack. And you can change these controls in the option menu. Moving on to gameplay, it's really nothing that special. You play through multiple levels as Santa, and you have to stop the evil generic bad guy from ruining Christmas. So basically, it's like every other fucking Christmas game. Along the way, you can rescue Santa's elves and get points by blasting open certain presents. But you have to watch out because sometimes these presents contain enemies. Or worse, bombs. In fact, this game just loves to pull this bomb shit on you. Bombs! 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 What the fuck is this? An Al-Qaeda Christmas? Actually, they're usually not that hard to avoid, but still, they didn't need so many. One of the biggest problems with this game, though, is that the screen doesn't give you enough room to see when you move ahead. So it's very easy to run into enemies and take cheap hits. This shit is so ridiculous! Why can't they center Santa Claus more and allow you to see ahead further? Simple shit like this. And they can't do it! Along with these issues, the gameplay is too dull and easy. You go around, defeat the enemies, collect the presents they leave behind, and move on to the next level. Even the bosses are too friggin' easy. Plus there's no time limit, so there's no sense of tension. Which might not be so bad if the game weren't so easy and cheap. The only reason why this game is so hard is because of the screwed up perspective and the slippery controls. After only a few levels, I got really bored with the game. Even changing the difficulty level to hard didn't make it that much more difficult. So I decided to use a level select code to see if the game got any harder and more interesting. And while it did get a little bit harder, it certainly didn't get any more interesting. In fact, a number of the levels are just graphical repeats. How fucking lazy can you get? One other issue I have with Daze Before Christmas is that it has some really weird shit in it for a Christmas game. For example, if Santa drinks coffee, he turns into fucking Satan and becomes invincible for a short time. And you can't collect items, but you can beat enemies with your sack. What kind of fucking demented shit is this? Hey kids, whatever you do, don't sit on this Santa's lap. Here's another thing. Some of the levels in this game are really odd. Like this one here. Going through an underground level and floating on carpets. Is this supposed to be a Christmas game or an acid trip? I'd really like to know what fucking drugs they were smoking when they made this piece of shit. Oh, and let's not forget that the final boss is a cloud. Yes, a fucking cloud. Not to mention that this cloud has an attack pattern that is so predictable, a 4-year-old could figure it out. Honestly, I think it would have been better if Santa faced off against a cocaine-crazed, Uzi-wielding Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. In addition to the regular side-scrolling levels, there are also ones where you drop presents from Santa's sleigh. And where do you drop them? Why, into the burning chimneys of fucking houses, of course! Helsing920 made a really funny joke about this in his review of the game. And it's easy to see his point. You would think Santa would stop and put the presents under the Christmas trees, but oh no, he's gonna drop them in the chimney and let them fucking fry. Oh, and here's another thing. The number of gifts you can drop is based on how many blue presents you collect in the previous side-scrolling levels. So you only get, what, 50, 60, 70 presents to drop for the kids? I guess a lot of kids in these cities are gonna have a very unmerry Christmas. Seriously though, I don't even know why they put this fucking level in the game. It doesn't even matter if you don't drop any presents at all. So what's the fucking point? And these backgrounds really look like shit. Couldn't they have made them look any better? I guess not. The music in the game is, nothing that great. Here, listen. The Christmas tunes are alright, but nothing that spectacular. Santa's voice, however, now that is fucking creepy. Listen to this.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Who did the voice for this Santa Claus? Pinhead from Hellraiser? I suppose if you have nothing better to do on Christmas, you could play this game. But even then, I'm not sure it's worth it. It's long, dull, and repetitive, and it really doesn't have a lot to offer. So in conclusion, I suggest giving this game a pass. Unless there's somebody out there whom you really hate and you want to get him just the right rotten gift for Christmas. In that case, this is perfect. Before I end the review, I'd just like to wish all my subscribers a Merry Christmas. This is Film and Stuff, signing off. Thanks for watching. Hey kids, whatever you do, don't sit on this Santa's lap.